All right, guys, welcome back. So this is going to be part one of me building my outhouse and how I believe that the way I did it was the poop police, poop police won't be able to mess with me or anything. Because even though I'm in a county with no building codes, there's probably still some kind of county or state EPA who, trying to find people who put in septic tanks and stuff, that are probably not compliant or putting outhouses in, next to a creek or something. And, that probably wouldn't be cool or nothing. Yeah, I mean, there probably should be some rules about, people having their waistlines going out to a creek or lake or stuff like that. So that's understandable. Should have a few rules. But I'm going to show you what I did here. So pretty much just the gist here, I buried two 55-gallon drums. And you can see that there's no hose or anything for any of the poop or black water to touch the earth or the ground. And that's the way I feel that nobody can really say anything. Because, I can pretty much, show somebody could back in right here. Get one of those people who do the Porter John pump people. So you can kind of do the pump and dump here. Wait, no, that's Bitcoin. I mean, you dump it, then you pump. So you can, so if ever, whatever inspector, if one somehow got caught on me, I can show here that, that this is fully contained and there's no leaching, no leach lines, none of that. And also another reason I don't want to get a septic system is that, well, they're kind of expensive, paying like $20,000-$30,000 to get one put in, and I don't think you can put one in yourself anymore. I know probably like you used to probably you could do it and probably get an inspector to write it off or sign off or something, but now I think you have to get a licensed plumber to do all that, and so that's going to be kind of expensive. Just keeping a simple outhouse like this is it's cheap way to go. Welcome to Noah's Ark in Saw Homestead. I'm going off the grid. Okay, I think I'm gonna start here. You can see I've already dug the hole, and I'm not going to bore you with showing you how to use a shovel. And I just used extra dirt and made it kind of nice and flat. And I just made sure that my barrels can fit in the hole. Okay, they fit in there pretty nicely, and they're only sticking up a few inches, which is kind of where I want it, so I can build up some dirt around it, so if there's any water to come in here, they won't go in. Okay, I'm going to try to use some natural materials. I got some cedar trees that I've cut down. I'm going to use them to make a post, kind of like a pole barn style. And before I crack open the barrels or do any more on that, I'm going to make sure I get the roof on first, so I don't start using this and the rain come and fill up my barrels with extra liquid. Okay, this dirt pile is actually in my way right now for me to lay out where I want the frame. So I'm going to go ahead and move as much of that dirt in and fill in the gap. Okay, all that dirt fit back in there pretty nicely. Got it all kind of packed down. And now I'm going to leave the tops on for a minute just in case it rains. Okay, got my post. And I'm going to square up the ends right here with my chainsaw. Okay, I'm just kind of using stuff I have laying around. I'm going to use this part of a bed. Block spring as the roof. I also got like I framed this. I was making a door for a yurt project I was working on. So I'm going to be reusing this. And you already know, I've already showed you I'm using the natural post. Okay, I got my roof panel lined up pretty much how I want it. It's a little bit more to the front so I can have some extra room when it's at a slight angle. Now time for me to mark my corners here. Alright, I guess you can probably use about anything. Paint, lime. I'm just using some sawdust there. Okay, I think those are good enough marks to even get like a little curvature. Show me where to put the post. Alright, time to get an arm workout with my post hole digger. Okay, got my holes dug. And now, I guess it's finally time to break out a tape measure. Alright, let me see how deep these are. About 10 inches. So I'm trying to measure top to door. So I want to measure the 10 inches plus the hole, plus a couple inches. So I'm going to do 12 inches past that 75 mark there. Okay, so I'm sure if I'm doing 75 plus a foot, it'd be 3 inches past 7 foot here. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going with right here. 87 inches. These posts are for the back. I'm gonna actually come back a little bit more than a foot and come back down to the 74 inches. Okay, got them cut to the length I like. It's gonna be for the back, and these are gonna be longer ones. Gonna be for the front. Now I'm gonna try to get them into the holes and packed in. Okay, I'm just kind of eyeballing my level up or plumb because I'm sure it's going to be adjusted when I get the top piece on. All right, got my 4 posts up. All right, now I'm going to see if I can lift this up by myself and set it on top. Well, I guess I didn't think about there being a notch up here. So maybe I can work my saw and make a notch out. But first I'm going to put in a nail right here, there, and over here. Just kind of hold it together. Okay, I think that helped it quite a bit on that angle. Okay, I got some nails in all the corners. I think it's stable enough to until I get some slats on to kind of hold it together for now. Okay, my next step, I'm going to kind of tack it up here across my front, and then I'm going to cut back 17 inches here and cut this. And I'm going to cut this in half and use these 2 strips to make up the strip on the back here. So I should have these 2 strips to, and it should layer in underneath to help keep the rain out. Okay, got my mark. All right, I'm gonna try my best to cut it upside down. Okay, that was kind of dumb to do it without safety glasses. I got splinters all in my eyes. Woo. All right, let's try that again. Okay, got my mark. I'm gonna split this in 2. Okay, got my slats. So I get these tucked up underneath here. Okay, it's tucked under nice and neatly. Hopefully that help keep the rain off. Okay, so I loosely mounted this door. As you can see, it's kind of floating just by barely. And so it's going to make it easier to adjust side to side if I need to adjust it or anything. Yesterday we had a real big flash rainstorm where my whole driveway was like just water was pouring down, but it stayed pretty dry over here. So I think it's a pretty good area that I picked here. All right, let's get these barrels cracked open. A couple tools I'm going to use. Just a regular drill to get a pilot hose started, and then my sawzall or reciprocating saw to cut around it. I forgot how powerful this drill is. Man, that'd break your wrist right there. Make sure you're holding it good. Woo! Okay, that looks pretty clean in there. And I make sure you cut on the top edge instead of on the bottom, or else it might deform. But looks pretty good to me. Nice deep hole. Well, let me reemphasize, there's no holes in the bottom for any kind of leakage or anything to actually touch the earth. It's all going to be contained in this. So I went ahead and found my plastic plugs. I don't know if these could be called bung holes or what, but I'm probably not going to need a second one until next year, because usually it's the winter time when the microbes kind of quit breaking stuff down. But throughout the summer, it's like you can keep going forever, and the microbes break it down until the winter comes, and then it starts building back up again. So that's why I got the 2 barrels to alternate between, maybe a year between winters. So I'm not even gonna open this one up until, probably till next winter. Okay, time to make the toilet. You see, I've come across a taller bucket. It used to be making for brewing beer, but I haven't been able to find one of those for a long time. I think they made them more shorter now to fit underneath the faucet sink. But it's nice. So you may just have to figure something out on how to raise your bucket. But I find these actually are a nice height for me. As for lid, I know this is like a camping lid that's meant to go on a 5-gallon bucket. Snap on. But I found that these, because they're so small and round, they actually kind of hurt my butt a little bit. So I'm probably going to find a regular toilet seat to mount on that. Okay, next big question. How am I going to get that to hover in midair over this? Well, I guess I have to frame something up. Okay, how long or diameter is this? About 23. Okay, and I got a piece of scrap plywood. Should work. 25. So I'm just going to make a 25 by 25 square here. That should fit right over the top. Okay, guys, I got to put a battery on a charger, but I got a super relevant story about exactly what I'm doing here. So, in my more social younger days, I was invited to a party out in the middle of nowhere, to a country farm, where this guy had built a outhouse almost exactly like this. And he was a cool guy, built his house and everything. It was a pretty funny guy. And but the only difference was he used only one barrel. So that's one reason why I'm using 2 barrels. And so so at some point during while he was using his outhouse, I don't know if they were also putting gray water in it. Maybe it was going number 1, and well, it started filling up, and he started panicking, and so he actually went and got his gun and shot down into the barrel. Put some holes down in the bottom so to kind of start leaching down, and he said it exploded all up, and he got all the all them all that nasty turd stuff all over his face and everything. Oh man, it was a funny story. And and so then he went back and he put some plastic wrap over the 55 barrel, the drum, and then shot down through the plastic and was able to do what he wanted to do. So just hopefully, I don't plan on ever doing that, because that's defeating the purpose of trying to keep it from touching the ground. But I just thought that was I just now remembered about that funny story. Okay, got my wood piece, and it seems pretty stout, actually. I thought I was going to have to brace it up, but that's pretty stiff. So when I mark it out, I want to mark it from the inside and not the outside, because you do it from the outside, it just fall through, I guess. So I'm going to cut a hole in the bottom here, and then I can be able to mark out my piece of plywood. Okay, get that off. It's a pretty nice clean cut. Okay, got my bottom marked out. Okay, now I'm going to put some L brackets on the side here. Well, I thought I had some, so I'm just going to have to make my own. So it looks like being perfectly square isn't gonna, it's kind of angled. And so these are a little bit more angled, and that looks like these are going to fit pretty good. So just have to go back and put a little angle on this one. All right, got my brackets on, pretty stable. And I cut a bottom out of this trash bag. I'm just going to use it like a liner, just in case there's any messy stuff gets on it. All right, got my liner inside, which is a trash bag, and just add a bucket camping seat. But I'll probably be upgrading real soon to the regular seat just for comfort. All right, I'm getting almost there. Well, I guess it's pretty much ready to go. I just need to get some more walls up, but you know, that doesn't really affect it. If you have to go, you have to go. Okay, we're supposed to be having a spring monsoon coming this week, so I'm going to go ahead and put a tarp up around it just to get something up. Okay, got my tarp on, but I want to show you something else. I should have leveled my thing here. It's kind of leaning forward a little bit, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix that. Alright, I found the biggest crowbar, prop bar I could find. Alright, I'm just going to put something down here. Okay, I think that helped it level out a lot better and be more comfortable. I just need to fill that in a little bit. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope this helps somebody, and hopefully soon, part 2, I'll be gonna put some gutters on the outside to catch some rainwater, you know, to make it for a sink or something, and wrap the outside with some wood, and hopefully I'll be coming out with that soon. Hey guys, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe, maybe even leave a comment. These videos are for entertainment and inspirational purposes, only to inspire you. Have a blessed day.